Picture this. You've spent your entire life building something, your dreams, your wealth, your identity, and then, in one moment, it all vanishes, gone, swallowed by forces beyond your control. What do? Do you scream? Do you despair? Or do you accept? In the bustling city of Cyprus around 300 BC lived a wealthy trader named Zeno. His life was one of privilege and success until one fateful voyage. As he sailed from Phoenicia to Piraeus, the unthinkable happened. His ship, along with all of his valuable cargo, was swallowed by the unforgiving sea. In mere moments, a man of great wealth was reduced to nothing. Now imagine yourself in Zeno's place, years of effort, sacrifice, and ambition gone in an instant. Would you rage against the heavens, sink into despair, curse the unfairness of life? These reactions would be understandable, but Zeno, the man who would go on to become the father of Stoicism, responded differently. This single catastrophe, rather than breaking him, transformed him. One shift in mindset can last a lifetime. One shift in perspective can alter the course of history. At its core, Stoicism is not about suppressing emotions or becoming indifferent to the world. It is about acceptance, the deep understanding that while we have no control over external events, we have absolute control over how we respond to them. After losing everything, Zeno found solace in philosophy. He studied the teachings of Socrates and the great thinkers before him, and from their wisdom, he forged his own path. He taught that while we may not have power over the waves that crash against our ship, we do have power over our minds, our choices, and our reactions. Rather than mourning his loss, Zeno embraced his new reality with composure and clarity. Think about this. When it starts to rain, why don't we break down and cry? Rain is inconvenient. It ruins our clothes, disrupts our plans, makes the world cold and damp. But we expect it, we accept it. We don't take it personally. What if we approached life's hardships the same way? What if, instead of resisting misfortune, we learned to embrace it? The Stoics believed that the worst that can happen is often what we should prepare for the most. By accepting life's uncertainties, by picturing the worst and making peace with it, we strip misfortune of its power over us. One powerful Stoic exercise is called voluntary discomfort. Sleeping on the floor instead of a bed. Taking cold showers when you'd rather have warm ones. Eating the simplest meals instead of indulging in luxury. The point is not to suffer needlessly. It is to remind yourself that even in discomfort, you can endure. You are stronger than you think. And when true hardship arrives, you will already be prepared. Modern life constantly bombards us with messages telling us that happiness lies outside of us. That if we buy the newest gadget, achieve a certain level of success, or fit into a specific image, we will finally be content. But Stoicism teaches the opposite. Happiness is not found in wealth, status, or material possessions. These things are fleeting, always at risk of being lost. A car can break down, a home can be destroyed, a relationship can end. If your happiness depends on these external things, then you are at their mercy. Instead, Stoicism teaches that true happiness comes from within. It is found in self-mastery, in the ability to remain unshaken no matter what life throws at you. It is the power to say, even if I lose everything, I will still be whole. One of the most fundamental Stoic principles is the dichotomy of control. The idea that there are only two categories in life, things we can control and things we cannot. Epictetus, once a slave who became one of the greatest Stoic philosophers, put it simply: the chief task in life is to distinguish between what is in our control and what is not. You cannot control the weather. You cannot control the economy. You cannot control how other people think, feel, or act. But you can control your own thoughts, your actions, your perspective, and that is where your power lies. Stoicism is built upon four main virtues. Wisdom, the ability to distinguish between what is within our control and what is not. It is the practice of seeking knowledge, understanding reality, and making sound judgments. Courage, the strength to persist in the face of adversity, to endure hardships with grace, to stand firm in your principles even when it is difficult. Temperance, the discipline to avoid excess, to practice moderation, and to focus only on what is necessary. It is the ability to find satisfaction in simplicity. Justice, the belief that we are all here to serve and support one another, that true strength is not in domination, but in fairness, kindness, and integrity. Nelson Mandela spent 27 years in prison, enduring isolation, hardship, and injustice. Many expected that when he was released, he would seek revenge against those who had oppressed him. But instead, Mandela chose peace. While in prison, he studied the works of Marcus Aurelius and embraced the principles of Stoicism. He understood that the past was beyond his control, but the future, his response, was in his hands. He chose reconciliation over revenge, wisdom over anger, and in doing so he changed history. In modern psychology, Stoicism is the foundation of practices like rational emotive behavioral therapy and logotherapy. These methods help individuals identify and reframe negative thought patterns, replacing them with more constructive beliefs. In the end, Stoicism is not about avoiding hardship, but about learning to navigate it with clarity and strength. It is about accepting that life will not always go our way, but knowing that we can face whatever comes with resilience and grace. When the storms come, and they always will, you have two choices. Let them break you, or let them shape you. The Stoic does not fear the storm. The Stoic becomes the storm. And if our ship sinks and we all drown, we take comfort in knowing that we lived with courage, wisdom, and purpose. Because in the end, everything has its time, and that is enough.